Before time was measured by the ticking of clocks, it was measured by the heartbeat of the Supreme. In the vast spiritual landscape of Bharatavarsha, there was a patch of earth where the vibrations of the cosmos were most intense. The Thillai Vanam, a forest of mangroves, silver-leaved and thick with mystery. But this forest was shadowed by a different kind of darkness, the darkness of knowledge without grace. A group of elite sages, the Mimamsakas, lived here. They were masters of the Vedas, yet they had fallen into a spiritual trap. They believed that the universe was a machine, that if you performed the right ritual and spoke the right word, the gods had to obey. They replaced love with logic. They replaced devotion with ego. To save the world from this cold, mechanical fate, the great dancer, Lord Shiva, looked down from Kailasa. He didn't come to preach, he came to provoke. He took the form of Bhikshatana, the supreme beggar, naked, ethereal, and irresistibly beautiful. Beside him, Lord Vishnu transformed into Mohini, the enchantress whose beauty could stop the spinning of the planets. Together, they walked into the Thillai Vanam to shatter the pride of the sages. Chaos erupted. The sages' wives, the symbols of purity, were mesmerized by the beggar. The sages themselves, lost in lust for Mohini, forgot their hymns. Realizing their power was slipping, their shame turned into a burning, black hatred. "We will destroy this intruder," they roared. They gathered at the sacrificial pit. They poured ghee into the flames, chanting dark spells to create a weapon of total destruction. From the roaring fire, out leaped a colossal tiger, its claws like scimitars, its eyes burning like twin suns. It lunged at Shiva, but the Lord of the universe didn't even flinch. With a grace that defied physics, he caught the tiger in midair. With his bare hands, he peeled its skin and wrapped it around his waist. Enraged, the sages sent a giant serpent, its venom enough to melt mountains. Shiva caught it by the neck and coiled it around his throat, a living necklace for the king of kings. Finally, they summoned their ultimate weapon, Apasmara Purusha, the demon of ignorance, a twisted, dwarf-like creature that represents the human tendency to forget the divine. The sages watched in frozen horror. Their weapons, the tiger, the serpent, the dark magic, had all been transformed into ornaments for the very being they tried to destroy. Now, the atmosphere in the Thillai forest changed. The air grew thick with a celestial hum. Lord Shiva lifted his left leg, arching it across his body in a curve of pure mathematical perfection. He stepped his right foot onto the back of the demon Apasmara, pinning the creature of ignorance to the soil of the earth. And then, he began to move. This was the Ananda Tandava, the dance of bliss. In his upper right hand, the Damaru vibrated, sending out the first sound of creation. In his upper left hand, the Agni flickered, representing the inevitable destruction that cleanses the world. His lower right hand pointed upward in the Abhaya Mudra, the gesture that says, "Do not fear." And his lower left hand pointed down toward his raised foot, the path to liberation. As he spun, his matted locks flew out like golden rays of the sun. The goddess Ganga, nestled in his hair, was stilled by the rhythm. Every star in the galaxy began to pulse in sync with his footsteps. The sages fell to their knees. Their ego didn't just break, it dissolved. They realized that this beggar was the source, the path, and the destination. But the dance in the Thillai forest was a momentary flash of lightning. Who would anchor this divine energy to the physical world? Enter two legendary souls. First, Adishesha, the 1,000-headed serpent who serves as the bed for Lord Vishnu. Having felt the weight of Vishnu grow heavy as he watched Shiva's dance in a vision, Adishesha begged to see it in person. He descended to earth as Patanjali, the sage with a serpent's lower body. The second was Vyaghrapada. He was a devotee so obsessed with offering the purest, untouched flowers to Shiva that he wept when his human feet slipped on the dewy trees. He prayed, "Lord, give me the feet of a tiger and the eyes of a beast, so I may climb the tallest branches in the dark of pre-dawn to bring you flowers before the bees touch them." Shiva granted his wish. Together, the snake sage and the tiger-footed sage performed thousands of years of penance in the Thillai forest. They didn't want kingdoms or gold. They wanted only one thing, for the Lord to return to Thillai and perform the Ananda Tandavam once more, not for the sages, but for the salvation of all humanity. Shiva, moved by their singular devotion, appeared. He promised that Thillai would become the Chidambaram, the golden hall, where his dance would never stop as long as the world exists. From the land of timeless wisdom to the world, this is Deva Bhumi Worldwide. Subscribe and share this journey with someone who believes in the divine.